Peace be upon you. This is Brother Salih once again in Dunleaf Park and speaking to you on behalf of the Zep Tepe Institute. It's a beautiful morning here on, I think it's September the 14th. And so I greet everybody in the greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum. I wanted to speak a little bit about the visitation of God, because I think that's one of the biggest problems. As I go around and I talk to brothers that have been associated with the Nation of Islam and other brothers that maybe never really had any contact with the Nation of Islam but are involved in other Islamic groups, they don't believe that Allah appeared in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, and that amongst us is a wisdom that is for the purpose of renewing the earth, of making a new world. And I think that because of that, interpretation of reality is skewed, and because of that we can't really see the messenger. I can remember listening to one of the Theology of Time tapes, and although it was audio tape, it wasn't a videotape, you could hear the messenger's frustration as he was trying to teach, because as long as he was teaching the nationalistic rah-rah stuff, right, the crowd was with him. But when he started to try to go into his topic of the Theology of Time, and he began to try to teach how things manifest out of no things, or out of the realm of no things, or what the Egyptians call Amen, or what we call triple darkness, you can almost see, even though it was an audio tape, the eyes glazing over of his audience, because he had lost them. And I remember hearing him say, he said, here I am down here in the mud by myself, and nobody can see me. And then you seen him suck it up and going back to the rah-rah stuff, and everybody lit back up and was right with him. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was trying to give us a science of the knowledge of how to make time, how to create reality, which he was doing in our midst, what he showed Minister Malcolm and what we see Minister Farrakhan doing right now. And this science is available to all of us, but you have to study. You have to study the natural sciences. You have to study the metaphysical sciences in order to really fully comprehend this teaching. It took me 30 years to even begin to understand what he was teaching us. So I want to say to everybody that might hear this, and it's not arrogance, it's a direction to study, to try to go into his words and to try to really see them for really what they are, because they are key for this time. We are about to make a new world. That's no light thing. The wisdom coming out of the study groups of Minister Farrakhan right now is purposely trying to elevate us into the thinking of God, because that's where we're supposed to be. I mean, he has told us that, like, the impediments to our spiritual development is sexism, racism, materialism, and nationalism. And for most of my life, I thought nationalism was the thing. It was for a time and a season, because it was necessary to wake us up and to help us realize the actual facts of the enemies of our people, and the consequences that have created who we are and what we have become. But as we wake up from that, we have to evolve. This is about the resurrection of the dead. That means that we have to be risen up. Risen up doesn't mean like some spook thing, our bodies are going to be raised up in the sky. No, it means that our consciousness will be lifted up. And that means that we will begin to have a greater understanding. I'm going to say one more thing. In our teachings, it talks about who makes the weather. If you understand this, it'll be a key thing for you. As you have an atmosphere around the earth that is affected by pressures, low pressure, high pressure, and how weather storms and disturbances are created in our weather system, you also have a cognitive atmosphere. As it is above, so it is below. The sciences of weather are associated with the science of cognitive or consciousness, cognitive, the cognitive realm or consciousness. When you begin to look at the teachings in that kind of way, then you hear what the messenger is giving. He is equipping us with a science that will allow us to be, he said, put our enemy around our little finger. This is Brother Salih speaking to you from Donnelly Park from the Zep Tepi Institute. Peace be with you.